Hello everyone, I'm Chesterk44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Geneforge 4 Rebellion. Yes, we actually have a subtitle in this one. Well, we've seen the previous three games. We've seen what the Shapers of old were like, what the Shapers of today are like, what the Serviles who were independent were like, what the other creations were like, and what the people were like. We saw the formation of the Geneforge, the spread of its ideas, and the formation of a rebellion. I can tell you now, even though this one says rebellion, this is when the true war begins, as you will soon see. Also, you can probably tell the quality's a bit better. That's because Geneforge 4 had a huge upgrade in engine and other sorts of things. They even increased the resolution in this one, which is nice. And you'll be seeing various graphical upgrades soon as well. Now that that's done, we should probably start a new game. Oh, and I know what you guys are gonna say. Chess, you've done 3 games, all 3 you've played a Guardian. You played a Guardian in the first, and the second, and the third. Why don't you try something else? Well, you know what? I hear you guys. So, for Geneforge 4, I am not going to be a Guardian. Because that is not even an option here. There's a completely different startup for this game. And a different story for the back. So instead, we get these 5 types of characters. 3 of which are alternates for the Shaper types. The first is a soldier, which is a warrior, which is basically like a Guardian. Strong battle skills, weak magic skills, decent at shaping. Then you got the infiltrator, which is basically like the agent. Strong at magic, decent at combat, weak at shaping. And you also got the life crafter, which is basically like the Shaper. Strong at shaping, decent at magic, weak at battle. But you got 2 more here as well. The Shock Trooper, which is strong at shaping, decent at battle, not very good at magic, and, most interestingly of all, you can play as a Servile. Very strong at combat, decent at magic, and while they can shape, they're not very good at it, because they're a creation. And, you know what? As a bit of a change, I'm not even going to go with the Guardian alternate. Instead, let's play a Servile. I believe that that some conversations can actually be changed a bit, since, well, you're a creation. You're a Servile. You're not a human. Appearance, let's see here. Oh god, that is hideous. No. Green? Maybe. Sure, let's go with bright green. It'll blend in with the foliage. It's probably going to be a bad idea, but why not? And as for the name, how about this Servile be Enrique? Why the hell not? So, yeah. Oh, they even have full descriptions of each of these. So for this one, yeah, you've probably been able to read it by now, so I'm not even gonna read it. So, let's go on and get this started, why don't we? Onwards. The Shapers have the power to create life. They can make plants and animals to populate barren lands and intelligent, loyal Serviles to do their menial work. And, if challenged, they can create armies of hideous monsters to devastate their foes. The Shapers rule your lands, and their authority is absolute. There is one punishment for those who try to learn their secrets, and for any of their creations who try to disobey them. Death. And so the rebellion began. It was an alliance of humans tired of Shaper rule, and of intelligent creations who wanted to be free. They rose up, stole some of their master's powers for themselves, and attacked. At first, the Shapers were caught by surprise. Much of the eastern half of Terrestia was lost. Many of the Shapers and those loyal to them were slain. Proud cities were razed to the ground. But then the Shapers regrouped, and their armies came. The rebels have been pushed back. Their lands have been burned. Lost refugees, both human and creation, wander the rubble. Because the rebels have taken horrible losses, they have had a desperate need for reinforcements. They have been furiously combing the towns and villages, looking for anyone with the aptitude to learn the secrets of the Shapers. Young people, people with potential, people who seemed loyal to the rebel cause. People like you. The rebellion has been going for 7 years. 3 years ago, you left your village to receive training. You have learned the basics about weapons, about magic, and about the first few steps in shaping your own living beings, your creations. And at last, you were given the chance to receive a great honor. You could become a prospective, a life crafter in training, who would be modified and given the ability to shape your own creations. You accepted the offer. Since then, you have been journeying in secret through war-torn lands. You have traveled with several guards and 2 other prospectives. Your band is led by Greta, an officer in the rebellion. You have heard tales of her, how she has fought the Shapers since the beginning of the war, of the raids and battles she survived. You have wanted to ask her for tales of her experiences, but she has largely kept to herself. Getting you safely to your destination is her mission, and it has taken all of her concentration. But at last you are almost there. You have completed a short sea journey, and you are just a short walk from Southforge Citadel, where you will be given your new power. It is a cold, miserable, wet day. Greta told you to unload the boat, while the rest of your group went inland to build to build a fire. You can barely contain your excitement. At last you are at Southforge Citadel, where your troop training, your new life, can begin. And here we are. You can see the graphical upgrades and such. Oh, we might want to improve a few things. Let's see. Well, you can't really improve any of those, and I'm not going to. Improve those, improve that. Yeah, 5 leadership and mechanics and 5 strength. I think I can take that. Sure, why not? And it's always interesting. Serviles, they're short, they always wear robes, and you don't really know much about them aside from that. Until we get to these images and we see they have that little nose of sorts there. It's interesting. I also like the little images showing, yeah, these are what we can have. Plus, we can wear pants. Yay! We don't have any spells or anything. We can't make any creations. So, let's move on. You inspect your craft again. It is a living craft, a reptile with a flat back, specially created to carry small groups over the water. It's a safe and fast, if extremely wet and uncomfortable, ride. The creature snorts and bares its teeth at you when you get close. It only obeys orders from its masters. You aren't one of them. Fair enough. Oh, let's move on. Comfortable. Just ahead, you can see the rest of your group. Greta and the 2 other perspectives, Tyrol and Magda, are sitting around a small, smoky fire. The other soldiers keep watch to the south. As you watch them, you realize that something doesn't seem right. Though you are deep in rebel territory, the soldiers have their batons and blades out and seem to be on the alert. Greta sees you and gets up from the fire. She waits for you to come and speak with her. Ah. Hello, Greta. Greta walks up to speak with you. Between the darkness of the voyage over the water and your overwhelming seasickness, you never got a good look at her. Now you do. You had heard of Greta before you met her. Most rebels have. Greta was once a loyal agent, a servant of the Shapers, trained and true, but then she abandoned her kind and joined the rebellion. That is unusual. What is stranger is that she is still alive. Despite all the battles, all the defeats, she has lived. Scarred, burned, and afflicted with a permanent limp, true, and exhausted, but she is still fighting. She also looks very worried. She inspects you to make sure you're able to move without slowing her down and says, "All right, glad you're here. We need to get you armed and armored. Then we need to move." Is something wrong? I don't know. Something isn't right. Go get ready. We're keeping watch. Then Greta points to the west. The storeroom is in there. There isn't much left. We cleaned it out pretty good. But I made sure that something was left for you. Go, hurry! Why the haste? Aren't we in secure territory? Greta chuckles. You don't know much about the Shapers, do you? There is no secure territory. They can see everywhere. Their Shapers can get anywhere. Now go. Alright. Let's speak with Tyrol and Magda. You walk over to Tyrol, one of the prospectives making the journey to Southforge Citadel with you. Like you, he has had several years of magical training being taught the basics of the shaping art. However, he is much more advanced than you, and he has already received some modification. Like most who have been altered, he has a strange air around him, as if he has been disconnected from the people he sees.
Yes, what do you require of me? I am trying to marshal my resources for the conclusion of our journey.
Have you already received much training?
In years, as much as you, but I can clearly see that I have gained much more from my years of work. I have been given much more as a reward for my promise. Before we left, I was even allowed to use 2 of the precious canisters.
Why have you gained so much more than me?
I do not know. Probably superior inherent talent and intelligence. No offense.
You have used the canisters?
Yes. Already I have been allowed to use the devices that remake us and add to our powers.
Only the most promising are allowed to use the crystal canisters. The charged essence within them remakes the user, giving new magical abilities.
The Geneforge is the last step on my journey to the battlefields, where I will be a scourge to the Shaper oppressor.
I have another question. The tiniest flicker of a frown appears on Tyrol's normally calm face.
Is there something else? I really must concentrate if I am to aid Greta.
What are you preparing to do?
Fight, if necessary. I agree with Greta. The way to the Citadel is not safe. I eagerly anticipate the chance to use my abilities.
You think you can defend yourself against the Shaper creation? Tyrol smirks.
I do not doubt it, and I eagerly anticipate it. I have long hungered for the day I could finally battle the Shapers. I will not reject the chance if it appears.
What will you do if you see the enemy?
I am charged with essence, and I have the skill to direct it. I will start with lances of energy and work from there.
You walk over to Magda, one of the 2 prospectives who are traveling to Southforge Citadel with you. She is a young and quiet servile and very shy. She spends most of her time sitting out of the way and hiding her face in her hood. Right now, though, she seems eager to talk to someone.
Hello. I hope that Greta isn't right. I hope that there aren't hackers here. The Shapers, they have no mercy for people like me.
What are you going to be trained to do?
I am not going to be a warrior. Hardly a surprise, I know. I'm not very brave. But I have talents in healing and blessing. I have a knack with that. That is how I will serve my people.
You will be a healer?
That is my hope. The war, it has left many people hurt. Horribly. The creations of the Shapers, they burn. They spray acid. The wounds are horrible.
Do you think you can heal people without going to battle?
No, I don't. But I hope I can be toward the back, tending the wounded. But if I have to go forward, if that is needed to save a life, I will do it. I've done it before during my training, screaming inside. But I will go if needed.
Magda is sitting on a log and shuddering. She looks up at you and tries to smile. Then she slumps down. She's plainly terrified. What will the Shapers do to you, and me?
I am a servile. A freeborn servile, not one of the slaves they keep dumb and quiet. I am a creation with free thought and will, educated. And should the Shapers catch us, you and I will share the fate of those of our kind who resist them.
And what do the Shapers do with someone like you?
We are creations. Thus to the Shapers we are animals, rogues. We will be questioned, broken down, and destroyed. It is their only way.
Where were you born?
I was born on the northern Ashen Isles. The Ashen Isles are the heart of the rebellion. Most of the creations fighting the Shapers are from there.
The Ashen Isles are far to the north. When the rebellion began, it was there that the rebels had the most success. It is now the most secure stronghold of your army. You have never been there, but you hope to go someday. And there we learn what happened in the previous game, canonically. Canonically, the rebels won. That's all for now. Let us head to the west. Let's see. Supply storage. Okay. There's a door to the north. Okay. Yes, we know to click on the door. This is a small, moist storeroom. Supplies smuggled into the base are sometimes left in here so they can stay dry until someone comes for them. There is hardly anything in here now, though. The rebels are always short of equipment. Fortunately, one puny weapon has been left here. It's just a dagger. Still, until the rebels can get you to the Geneforge and remake you, it is better than your bare hands. So, we're already getting a dagger. Oh, look! And we get Chitin Armor. Yay. Yes, I know how to get and use items. The dagger in your hand makes you feel a little better. It's a puny weapon, dented and rusty. Nothing compared to the power you have been promised. Since you also have the armor, you should go out and speak with Greta again. Alright. When Greta sees that you have a blade ready, she nods approvingly. Then she smiles.
That's a pretty pitiful weapon, but it will make a hole in someone if you put some muscle behind it. Now that you're ready, we need to be moving to Southforge Citadel. Little time for chatting. We have to hurry. Something is wrong.
Something's wrong? How can you tell?
It's a sense you can pick up. The ability to detect disaster. I got lots of practice. When you're a rebel, there is always disaster approaching. Anyway, there's nobody here at the docks, and things don't sound right. Maybe there isn't a problem, but we have to move. Now.
Alright, lead and I will follow.
Alright, stay close. Move fast. And if I'm right and the enemy has made a landing here, run!
Greta waves for everyone to follow and begins to walk swiftly to the west, towards Southforge Citadel. Right-ho! You are now in combat mode. Uh-oh. Oh dear! There is a creature standing on the path ahead. A huge creation. One of a design you have never seen before. It is a huge, spiky reptile with massive chipped claws and teeth and thick, leathery skin. It stares hungrily at you. There is no sign of obedience in its eyes. It is calm and under complete control. It is not a rogue creation. It is a servant of the Shapers. The enemy has gotten one of their pets here somehow. As it begins to lumber towards you, lightning begins to play up and down its teeth and all along its body. Oh jeez. Oh, this is bad. And that thing is big and strong. Alright. This Kaishak? Holy son of a crap, that's a lot of health. Run! Oh dear. Okay, that battle alpha is gonna buy us some time. Why are you... Don't be a hero. There is a dead servile by the side of the path. Looks like she was dragging a cart of goods to the Citadel when the raiders caught her. She was a worker, not a warrior. She didn't last for long. You notice that the attackers left her coin purse alone. If you don't mind robbing it... Okay. Oh, darn it. In the distance you hear a scream. It continues for several long seconds and then ceases abruptly. It sounded like Tyrol. I told you, you should not have been a hero. Should have taken the robe. Okay, the robe can be left behind. Now get moving. Much to your relief, you can see that there is a minefield ahead, clustered around a single trigger. Mines are special creatures made by those skilled in the art of shaping. Each group of mines has a trigger set to destroy a certain sort of foe. When the enemy gets too close to the trigger, it detonates all nearby mines. Fortunately, these mines are here to protect you, not harm you. The sensor tendrils of the trigger aren't pointing at you. You can pass. Hopefully any foes chasing you will turn back. You inspect the mine closely. It is a living, if mindless thing, infused with powerful and deadly shaper magic. You decide to leave it alone. Alright. Greta turns to you. She looks relieved to see that you survived the run west.
It was as I feared. A shaper raid. What we have long feared has happened at last. They have found Southforge Citadel. Tyrol was lost, I see. It is a terrible thing. We can't afford to lose any more perspectives. We must get you to the Geneforge, quickly. We will need defenders soon if the war has come here, but first we must tend to our wounds, and there is something that needs to be done.
What was that thing?
It was a Kaishak, a new shaper creation, only started appearing on the battlefield about 2 years ago. Extremely dangerous.
Can we go back and kill that invader?
We could probably kill it, but with casualties. Better to let the mines hold it back and reinforce the citadel. My mission is to deliver us all here, and that's what I will do.
She points to the north.
There is a workshop up there, where the mine tender lives. There should be a key in there. It's to the defensive field we need to pass to enter the citadel. While we recover from the attack, go find the key.
Do you think we will be attacked soon?
Probably, but nobody is attacking now. We will have to use this time the best we can before we head south.
Will the mine tender help me?
The mine tender is probably dead.
What does the key look like?
Like a living tool. Sort of a stick thing. Half wood, half meat. Typical shaper stuff.
I'll see what I can do.
Alright, and hurry. Come back when you have it.
Magda can't talk to you. She is overwhelmed with terror. Like many serviles, the presence of hostile creations fills her with debilitating fear. Alright, save the game? Yeah, I think I will. Okay. Mine tender Rebin, don't touch anything. Yeah, this is where the mine tender feeds and maintains the small volatile creatures. You enter the mine tender's hut and find that it has been wrecked. Several blasts of lightning killed the mine tender and destroyed just about everything of value. The outside of this small cabinet has been scorched by a stray bolt of lightning. With a hearty pull, you are able to get it open. There were 3 living tools in here. Unfortunately, 2 of them were killed by the heat of the attack. The third one is still alive and intact, a rod of shaped material about 8 inches long. You take it. Good. The blast of the mine tender... The body of the mine tender was blasted against the back wall here by an intense blast of magical energy. Nothing of value survived on the body. Requisite and possum. Healing pod, definitely useful, and coins, also useful. Alright. Greta. Greta asks if you have the key. You show it to her. She nods.
Then all is well. Nothing could possibly go wrong now. Hang on to that and follow me. If we meet more of the enemy, run and keep running.
Really? Oh, great. Yeah, that's what you get when you say nothing could possibly go wrong. War troll. So is that like a troll, I'm guessing? Come on, come on. Move! Come on, we can get out of here. Come on, Magna, move! You look at Magna and see that she is completely panicked. She flees in terror, barely able to see what is happening around her. And then she trips. The enemy creation delivers a single blow and she is gone. Magda! No! Damn it. Greta stops moving and looks to the west. You can see the gates of Southforge Citadel. The defensive pylons are still intact and active. That means that they will attempt to ward off any being with the power to shape, including you. Greta holds her sword at the ready and looks to the east.
I doubt that we're safe yet. I will hold off any attackers. As for the field, it will harm anyone who is infused with even a little shaping essence, like me, or you. You'll need to lower the field so that we can get to safety.
How can I lower the field?
Go to the control switch and insert the key. Hopefully, if the mechanism hasn't been damaged, and if we aren't any more phenomenally unlucky than we've already been, we'll be able to get through.
Why don't we just run through the field?
Because of that whole tricky instant fiery death thing. In my experience, trying to deal with traps by just gutting them out doesn't work very well.
Where do I disable the field?
Greta points to the west. The box is by the north cliff. Edge along the wall to get to it. Don't get too close to the field, though. Or, you know, boom.
I'm going now.
Good, go, hurry.
Greta turns to watch the pathway to the east. Looks like something may be approaching through the mist. Oh dear. You are close to the gateway of Southforge Citadel. This is the final goal of your long journey, the place where you will be remade by the Geneforge, given incredible powers, and sent to battle the hated Shapers. Unfortunately, because of the attack, the gates of the Citadel are fully defended. First, there is a ring of field projectors blocking the path. Until they are disabled, they promise great suffering to your group if you try to pass. Second, the doorway itself is sealed, and you can see no control lever or other way through. You can only hope that Greta knows how to pass it. Fields like this go off when someone with shaping power like you gets close, doing lots of damage. Then after a short time, they recharge themselves. You'll need to sneak around them and use the controls that turn them off. You can tell that they are off when the tops no longer glow and the balls of light stop floating between them. Like that. Oh boy! Oh jeez. Yes, Greta, hold them off, please. I need to get out of here. There it is. Ah, I missed. Uh-oh. Well, I can get something here. I don't know what that said. It was probably just information on that. The door doesn't open. Well, we lost another guard, I think. Greta looks to the west and sees that the field is down. At last! I will unlock the door and we can escape. Hurry! She runs to the door. And we leveled up. Greta wraps the upper right corner of the door with her fingers. You hear a click. Well, we made it. And we leveled up. Wearing 16... Wait, wearing 16? Oh! That's nice. We only get encumbered by what we're wearing now. That's very nice. We'll still need to upgrade, but still, I like that. How about one more point in strength? And, geez, we have some nice skill points there. And a point in melee weapons. There we are. Okay, before we go in, I'm gonna save. Sure, we didn't explore this entire area, but it would probably be very dangerous and very bad to do so. So for now, that'll be the end of this episode. Next episode, we'll go into the Citadel itself. So until then, I am Cheswick44, that is Enrique the Servile. This has been a Geneforge 4 Let's Play, and I will see you all next time.